to go
Did
live
you guys
with.
see that Dwayne the Rock Johnson
legally
just
some of
donated
us could.
7 figures to the
Yes.
SAG?
Yeah, right.
7
Nice.
fucking figures, and I'm like, oh wow, you've done a lot of really questionable stuff, my guy, but that's pretty nice.
It's that
Listen, I
sweet
know I
WWE
beat
money.
this joke into the ground, but y'all are getting 7 figures.
Well,
I think that's
I
cumulative
wish.
7 figures.
right.
That would.
But either way, it's like that's like a real nice spit in the face of the people who were literally like, we're just gonna wait till October when you guys are getting thrown out of your apartments
Right.
and stuff. And it's like, nope. We're gonna just pay a shit ton of bills. And we
Although
love to see
it drags out the inevitable dragging the people who want to wait for people to get thrown out of their apartments, which, you know,
Ooh, we could reverse it.
love a little revolution, love a little, you know.
love a little
Haha, might have a workers' revolt.
Listen, for legal purposes,
And then what?
that's a joke, but I do love Bastille Day. Big fan. Anyway.
I've got a French musical about that I can send you.
Hey,
Yes, please.
Julia.
I do! No.
Oh.
No, Les Mis is about the student.
you forget I don't know things.
Well,
You
this
say
is-
Bastille Day, and I'm like, good for him. I'm glad he got a holiday. Like,
No!
Ah,
No!
get
I had a rural education. My agriculture teacher rode his horse to work some days. Like, that's what we're working with. I'm not kidding. This isn't a bit.
That's respectable. I
Mhm.
would do that.
I mean, it
pretty
was
great.
kind of rad.
If I could
don't know
ride
what
my
I'm
horse to
still
work,
the
I would.
horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, I mean, he lived like 2 farms over, so like if the horse got loose, he would just go home.
But like if I were a student there, like a lot of places have senior prank days. My senior prank would have been to steal his horse and ride off.
No, they took
Like,
apart the principal's car and then rebuilt it on the roof.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
always what we do. I don't
That's
know
a
why.
classic.
It is.
That's nicer than when
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're from a rural enough town, there's horses everywhere. You don't need to steal the I wanted to say professor, the teachers. He's not a professor. We don't have those.
You didn't
I
have
mean-
professors in high school?
Could be if you wanted to be.
I
I mean,
say that
I
as a
did, but I
joke.
took college classes in high school because I'm a nerd.
I say that as a joke, but the thing is, the only reason why we had people with doctorates in my high school was because the one guy, like, straight up told us, he went, "Hey, I had a psychological break in my job,
Good for him.
and they thought it would be better if I came and taught high school."
That
he used to
seems
That-
wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't
They
seem
thought
like
it was a
it's
better
right.
idea to
Agent?
teach children.
think-
Okay.
You would think, and then we were like, I
No,
don't
let
think
him
his
cook.
psychological break is over, because then he was like, he was getting ready to go out for medical leave because he's gonna have back surgery, but he didn't just come out and tell us that he was
Sure.
gonna have back surgery. He made this whole elaborate presentation talking about how he was gonna go on an exploration to find the catenaries, which was just a picture of a cat that he stuck a canary onto the cat's head, and
he
then
did.
and the push me pull you, and the picture he brought up, he's like, and this is going to be my guide, and it was Robin Williams from the Night at the Museum movies when he was playing
Godspeed.
Teddy Roosevelt. And then he was like, this is where I'm going to be for a couple of months. And then the long-term sub came and he was like, no, he's just having back surgery. And we were like, okay, we thought he was just losing it. So
Did
I
anyone
mean,
ever just
it
stop and
sounds
go,
like you were
"Sir,
still
are you
correct."
okay?"
Who? Me?
No, did
him?
anyone ever stop
Oh.
and ask him, "Sir, are you okay?"
No. I mean, yes and no. Like, you have to remember, like, this is Delaware High School. We only ask so much. These things were kind of normal. These things were kind of normal in this Delaware High School. I had
That's
Fair. Fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are normal, we are about to have a normal time. I got that segue.
We have to stop it at some
Segue.
point.
It
I know, sorry,
occurred.
I will go forever because I have stories I could tell you.
This is for the talk show later.
Yeah,
This is the talk show
exactly.
that we pitched.
Yeah, that's right. When
Uh,
we do Shadows Between the Stacks cast talk,
It's true. Yep.
This is where we're gonna talk
Oh,
about.
Yeah.
We
we
You're
got the,
getting a
this is
taste
the
of it
chatter
now.
between the stacks. Welcome.
This is when we're gossiping. This is what
Get in the
our
comments.
podcast-
We're making this happen.
This is what our podcast is about that we exclude Bing from.
Yes, it's true.
And I have no idea you're running it because
You
I've
want to
never
have a
listened.
podcast with me?
Yes.
I love all of you. You are all incredible. And I can't wait for the horrible things that are about to happen tonight. But before we get
I'm in danger.
to the horrors, everything's fine. It's going to be a normal time. Hi, we are live
So
from the
regular.
apocalypse. We usually start when Julia is here with a Julia rant, and we got that experience tonight. Soon enough, that's going to be a Patreon exclusive experience. You heard it here first. I'm making decisions for the channel now. I am JD. I am one of the storytellers and players with LFTA. We are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that raises money for aid organizations and progressive causes. Currently, we are raising money for Rainbow Railroad, which is an incredible and very needed organization at this time. They work to get LGBT and especially currently the trans part of the community to safe places when they are not in safe places currently. So that might be leaving a country, it might be leaving a region, it might be moving to another city or state. At any point during this stream, you can click on the donate button. We have made it very easy to find. It is impossible not to find it, in fact. I do not offer incentives for this, but I have made the promise, as I do with every stream, that if you donate, the more donations we get, the more chaotic things will happen as the story progresses. We are on episode 2 of 3, so there is a lot that can still happen. So the more you donate, the more things are going to be ramping up during this episode, going into our finale next week. So please, if you are able, donate. We ask that you do not subscribe, you do not give us bits. Any of that money goes right to Rainbow Railroad. We love to see that. The McElroy brothers will yell at me. You will distract me. My players may scream into the mics. They have started doing that sometimes. We'll see. That way we can all scream together. We cannot stop you from subscribing, unfortunately. We have made it very hard to find the button to do so. If you so choose, and especially if you have, a Prime sub that you can throw our way, we really can't stop you. And we do appreciate that, as that money, such as we get, will go to Rainbow Railroad. However, if you do that, something tragic will happen. Beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill one dog for every month. Every month you are subscribed. We lost I think it was 13 dogs last night, thanks to Raph.
Yeah, thanks, Raph.
It was a massacre. We hadn't even started, and dogs were dead.
Yeah.
So, as we always say, if you choose to do that, just make sure you can sleep at night. Also, remember that a season of Secrets and Shadows is coming back, and we are down to 3 de Villiers.
Yeah, we got 3 left, and one of them certainly isn't walking out of that season alive. So we can't afford to lose any others.
It's true.
Yeah, I
Prepare
have
to
a
say goodbye to
cousin.
Fitz.
I have a cousin that wasn't there.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Wasn't sure if
one
we were counting
cousin.
him.
Just some church guy. He doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about
Surely.
it. We'll worry about that
I'm
part
worried.
later.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Thank you, Bleak. You are amazing. All right, so yes, my cast did not scream that time. That is fine. If you decide to join a chorus of screams, you may.
Thank you.
Gotta make you wait for it. Gotta keep you on your toes
Exactly.
when you least expect it.
And so I think with that, it is time for our cast to have a chance to remind us of who they are playing and who they are. And we'll save, of course, all of our plugs for the end. But starting and going alphabetically so that you are all prepared, Alex.
I was ready. Hello, my name is Alex. I am Mightiest Finn on Twitter. I am Mighty Finn on Blue Sky because I snagged it. Tonight I'm going to be playing fashion icon and paranormal investigator Bingley Keating. I'm here at an art show, and I don't like it.
Why don't you like the art show?
Because I don't know much about art, but I do know what I like. Not that.
Interesting.
I'm referring to the cornfield made of glass.
How
It's terrible.
dare you?
I was
Stop
going to
telling
say.
people I'm dead.
I didn't say you're dead, Darcy. I just said you're missing.
And speaking of art and amazing artists,
Hello. I am Farah Sarkaya, also known as Farrakaya on all of the socials, and I am playing apples. And my art is great, Bingley.
I was not talking about the antler lady.
Yeah, okay.
are you sure about that?
95% sure.
Because I think the antler lady is beautiful.
Thank you.
Didn't say she wasn't beautiful. I just said I don't like it.
And speaking of antlers,
Hi, I'm Julia. You can find me. Oh, sorry. The local Delaware cryptid. You can find me at Hexwhat on all social media platforms, including Blue Sky, because I will protect my brand. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Holly Haley Hollis, who is a aspiring forensic something and a raging bitch and a local menace to society. So that's what I'm here for.
I like the phrase forensic something. Interesting.
Kind of true though.
Kids, hopefully we will not need forensics for anything that is happening with Darcy.
Okay, now you have to stop telling people I'm dead. I haven't died yet. I will make you kill me correctly. Hi, everybody. I'm Kit. You can find me places on the internet at KitRollCause, same way it's spelled somewhere around me. Tonight, I will be one half of the Darcy Bingley Power Hour twin special that's happening anywhere all of these lads are gathered. They are a mathematician and a menace, and they've done all their math homework. So buckle up. Also, I'm trapped in a corn maze. We don't know. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
It's fine. No, it's
Fine.
totally fine.
It's not even real corn.
Yeah, exactly. It's just corn made of glass. Real normal things, like I said, are happening here.
My brain has provided the phrase glass cornin, and that's nothing. That's nothing. I need to go to bed.
It's so fine. It is so fine. And in fact, Chrissy, you will round us out to remind us just how fine it is.
Oh, hi. I'm Chrissy in color on all the fun internet spaces while supplies last. I play Maeve, the resident a little too obsessed with poison witch bitch that does not share her last name or anything else about her that's overly personal for that matter, and has a cool pet snake that I forgot what I named her.
It was Sylvia.
Sylvia, yeah.
Sylvia. Okay, cool. Yes, that's me and that's Maeve. Hi.
Incredible. Is Sylvia with you? Just out of curiosity.
Probably not, because it's cold out, so she probably left her in the room with the heat lamps and plant lights where she can stay appropriately warm.
We love to see good pet care. And this is our lovely cast and our lovely cast of characters who got up to a fair amount of mayhem the last time, visiting the scene of a recent murder, seeing some weird things there, finding out about a second murder, breaking a roommate's nose, and then going to support a friend at an art show in a beautiful show of solidarity, though one of you disappeared into the glass corn. Before we dive in, though, we are going to talk through a few things. So this is, of course, a horror game. For tonight's episode, some of the content warnings are similar to last time. So we still have murder, sacrifice, religion, ghosts and hauntings, gore, all of those things. And we have the addition of aftermath of burning and drowning, ritualistic murder, bodies falling from great heights, body horror, manipulation and reality questioning on a cosmic level, and implied but not explicit torture. So if any of those pieces make you uncomfortable, you may not want to listen to this session. We will never be offended if you choose to step away. We want you to take care of yourselves. And I have gone over all of these content warnings with the cast. We will, of course, also be using the X card if anything starts to get intense, because this will be an episode where things are starting to ramp up. And so, with that, as we move into our second episode of Shadows Between the Stacks, Harvest Echoes, with our Find Out table of the Fuck Around and Find Out variety, we start on the street. It is quiet. Quieter than it should be, because we are, of course, in the middle of an evening. There are a bunch of shops. Vampire Records is open. Coffee shop is still doing business. There are a bunch of restaurants and pubs. But there's no one walking. There's, in fact, no sound at all. The street lights are on. But as we move through the doors to the Art Gallery Helios, where the show Auspices of the Fall, the transformative nature of autumn, is ongoing, we realize the time has stopped. We pan around the room. We see 4 of our cast standing there, many who are clustered around the incredible piece of artwork that Apples created. But the antlers on that piece look a little too sharp, and that blood that seemed like it was coming from the eyes, a little too wet. We see Bingley brows furrowed as he realizes that his twin Darcy is nowhere in sight. We see Triple H over negotiating for the piece of artwork that was just shown. We do not see Darcy. What we do see are a few of the other pieces of work. We see a sculpture simply titled Daphne. It is made out of a piece of wood, and we see a woman in mid-transformation into a tree. Her lower half all trunks and roots. Her arms are raised above her head, fingers splitting into branches, and splitting more and more and more, until they almost resemble a canopy? Maybe. Antlers? Possibly. And her expression, at first looking relieved, looks troubled, looks dark, and then flickers. And it's all normal. The canopy is gone. The upper half looks fully human, and it's only the lower half that is transforming. We see some really beautiful photographs. In fact, it looks a little strange to be in this setting, because the setting, well, who really does decide whether art is, high art or not? But these are a collection of photographs of friends who are preparing for Halloween. Looks like they're preparing for a party in the dorm. There's a pair applying makeup to each other's faces, others clustering around a mirror, a person of indeterminate gender, dressed as a rainbow, a glittery Grim Reaper mixing a bowl of punch, a pirate and a sexy zombie. I mean, we could not get any more casual than any of this. But there's something also wrong here. That makeup wasn't bloody. Those weren't wounds on faces. That glitter looks dark and tacky. And then it flickers back. Just 3 normal photographs of students getting ready for a party. And last is a drawing just entitled Study Session. It's a drawing of 2 men kissing in the library stacks. The men in the area around them are drawn in color, but the colors fade to black and white on the outer portions. And that darkness grows. And though in this moment, well, Maeve wouldn't know this because her ghost hasn't shown his face fully to her. But perhaps she would recognize one of those 2 men kissing, were she to look at this drawing in this moment. And then we are moving through, away from that main area of the gallery, into the corn maze made of glass. The tinkling of the stalks bouncing off of each other. And we find Darcy, but they're not standing in a corn maze. They're standing in what looks like a void. There is no real floor. There is nothing around them but darkness. But above them, there is a spotlight shining directly down. What that light source is, they cannot tell. But Darcy, as you stand there, trying to figure out where you are and what is going on, you still smell the scent of blood and gun smoke and iron, and you taste it. What would you like to do?
I think Darcy would just sort of take a moment to like look around, baffled, waiting for Bingley to pop out of somewhere, and give up the ghost, because this is clearly some sort of goof, some sort of prank. They're getting Darcy back for, various and sundry previous pranks. Or one of the other of the friend group has roped him into some sort of prank, some sort of goof or gaff. Because this doesn't make any sense. I did I black out? Do I like? Am I I must be missing time, right? Right? Like, how did I get here? I'm missing time. There was a goof. There was a prank. Did Bingley throw a punch at me this time? Is that what happened? I don't know. So just sort of, looking around, waiting for the other shoe to drop, honestly.
Out of curiosity, Darcy, do you look at your phone, or if you are wearing it, a watch?
I think like first point of order is like look around, because I don't know, Bing can't keep a secret. Bing can't be hiding. So he'll jump out after a while, and then like a minute or two passes, and it's like, okay, what's going on? And then they'll like reach back for their phone. Probably, I'm sure they wear a watch, but they don't look at it. It's an accessory. It might not even work. I don't know.
That's totally valid.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, they reach for their phone.
you look at your phone, Darcy. You haven't lost time. I mean, if you did, it can't have been much. You're not quite sure exactly what time it was when you arrived, but it's maybe 10 minutes.
Ain't no way. There's like the pinching themselves, honestly, a little bit. Because they've heard the stories, but never really believed them. They believed that something was going on. They didn't believe that actually a group of people were missing time back in the 20s and that all of these weird things happened. The tales from Grandpa. It's something else. Something else is happening. I think they'd probably start trying to like walk out of this, area that they're in, try to like just pick a direction and start going. If they hear noise, go towards that.
And so you're walking, and it feels like you're walking for a while. But if you look back at your phone, time is still the same. Not a minute has gone by.
Do I have cell service?
You do not.
Worth a shot, right? Mm-hmm.
And it's at that moment that you do hear something. You hear what sounds like some sort of large, massive, hoofed creature stepping behind you. And you feel the ground tremble, and you hear a cracking as though tile were starting to shatter. But then you hear a voice say, Darcy?
I think they were sort of reaching up with their phone, like had the camera turned to selfie mode and was like sort of like reaching up their shoulder. Because if there's a big creature behind you, you don't want to like, turn and whatever. That's how you get mauled. You're just sort of like peeking it up behind them, and then a human person voice, just like a casual, normal human person voice. I don't know if they would catch the thing behind them, but they're turning around at that, of course.
Before you turn around, since you are looking over your shoulder, you see Craig. He's standing there. He's dressed up. He's dressed in a suit jacket, a button down, and a vest. He went all out for this.
Hey JD,
Yep.
this man clean up nice?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He looks real good.
Love you. Hey. Hi. Craig, what are you... Where, where's Bing? Did you see him?
No, I didn't see Bing. Hey, Darcy, where are we?
You see, so I don't know. I'm working on it. Do you have your phone?
Yeah, of course. I never leave anywhere without my phone.
Yeah.
And he hands it over.
Does he have cell service?
He
Maybe
does
we have
not.
different carriers. I don't... God damn it. Okay. All right. Fuck. Shit.
And the phones say the same time, for the record.
Okay. All right. No, this is good to know. This is good. It's good information, right? Were you at the gallery, right? Where were you?
And he straightens his jacket a bit and says, "Yeah, of course. I had to go. Actually, it's extra credit for one of my classes."
Right. No, that's cool. Cool. Right. So, and then you don't know. Nobody like came smacked you. You didn't fall asleep. Nothing weird happened. Just sort of. Also,
Nah.
kind of were there, and then we're not there.
Well, I mean,
Right.
I've walked into the corn maze because like that's what you're supposed to do.
God bless you. So you no, but there was so you found a corn maze at the gallery? Like, how'd you get from the gallery to here? There was a corn maze at the gallery? I didn't find a corn maze at the painting?
The glass one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It's made of glass, and I walked in, and now I'm here, and you're here,
Yeah,
and we're here together.
Right. That was a painting, Craig. You walked into a painting, right? Is that what you're? I'm just getting the story straight.
Did I? Did I? That's.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, I was there, but I didn't see.
That'd be pretty cool. That's like some movie shit, right?
God bless you. Yeah. No. Right. No. I'm just trying to figure out how we got to where we are. From the other place. God, you're tall. Have you walked about anywhere, or you just kind of stayed in the one? Have you seen any other places around here that don't look like this? That were you find a way out?
And he steps back a bit and looks around and says, "Well, I mean, before it looked like a corn maze. Like
Right.
You walked through, you went down some paths, some went places, some didn't.
Uh-huh.
I kept walking and I couldn't figure out where I started, so I figured I needed to find the exit. So that's what I was doing, and then I found you and Darcy. As he says that, you see his body go rigid and he chokes.
What?
And then a rack of too many antlers bursts out of his chest.
Oh, Darcy screams 100%, 1,000%. It goes without saying.
And Darcy, we are going to leave you there.
Great! I love being here. Here is good. Here's great.
And we are going to go back to the others who have just discovered that they are missing one of their number.
Goddamn.
I think I've negotiated my terms and I've returned to the group. I've probably acquired a flute of champagne. I just kind of come and stand here and I'm like, "Where's the rest of you?" I gesture it.
I don't know. Darcy's missing. Hold on. And Bing pulls out his phone and tries to call Darcy.
I mean, it's a big gallery. Maybe she's somewhere. Maybe they're somewhere in the back.
All right, well, if they are, their phone would go off and they'll answer it and tell us that that's where they are.
Did they remember to charge it before we came?
I think so.
The phone rings, Bingley. It rings a number of times, and then it goes to voicemail. Darcy, what does your voicemail sound like?
What does Darcy's voicemail sound like? It's probably like just some like shitty 2-second, like they're clearly walking from class to class, like, hey, it's Darcy, leave a message. That's it. They don't have time for the fancy stuff. And nobody calls them. Nobody calls them except Bing. Like,
although Bing knows not to leave a voice message.
Thank you. Thank God.
Doesn't. But he then will text and be like, where are you?
Oh yeah, no, it's hey Darcy, leave a message. And by message I mean text. Like,
We could just look around. I don't have to stand next to this all night.
Hollis, did you see Darcy while you were off with the painting haggle?
Holly kind of like stops to think. And as they're doing that, they are pulling out their phone, JD, to as discussed previously. I do illegally have all of them low-jacked. Does Darcy show up when I go to my find my friends? Because I have enabled that.
Interesting. I think I'm going to have you make a luck roll.
Okay. How do we
Does it
do
help
that?
if Darcy gave it willingly?
Yep. So roll your 2d10, and then whatever that number is compared to your luck.
Okay, so it's just the same as all the other
Yep.
ones. I didn't
Same
know
as
if
all
luck
the
was
others.
different. Okay. 38 under 60.
Yes. Darcy's phone is pinging. I mean, assumedly everyone who you are tracking, their phone
Yeah.
is pinging, and you can see where they are. But you can see that it doesn't look like Darcy is that far away. I mean, in fact, as you're looking around the gallery and the space, you would obviously look towards the image of the glass corn maze.
Yeah, so I
And
think what they see is Holly just kind of goes, I don't think I did. And then she just like she doesn't say anything. She just like pulls out her phone, looks at it for a second, and then like pivots in that direction. And then she goes, did anyone look in there yet?
In the painting.
Yeah.
It's not a painting. It was described as it's a glass wind chime into another room.
it does look like a painting at first glance, but you are correct, Holly. As you are looking at it and as you are listening to it, you are like, that is not a two-dimensional piece of artwork.
The wind chime. I heard.
We can go look. Should probably walk through anyway.
Do I know that Craig was in attendance? Because before I knew that Craig was an antler monster, I had been thinking that Bingley was going to see if Craig was here and could help search. So I think he would look around, because we probably saw him getting dressed if he was here. So I think Bingley is going to do a quick scan for Craig as well, because if there is danger, I want to be behind Craig.
That is valid. I'm gonna have you do a spot hidden check.
Cool. Oh dear. That is a 98 over 65. I would like to push that, if I may.
You may.
And I want to say that Bing has some facial recognition technology on his phone, and so he's gonna like bring up the phone and just like scan and be very obvious about it.
I will allow this. I will support this.
Okay.
Where's London of you?
All right, that's a 62 under 65.
And so you are looking around Bing, and at first glance, you do not see any sign of your roommate. In part, it might be because Craig was wearing all black, and well, he is large, like he just might be blending into everyone else who's here. But as you're continuing to look, you do see him. He is standing over by the champagne. His nose is still busted from throwing the clock at him this morning. and he looks decidedly uncomfortable. He's staring at one of the other pieces. It's of a shadowed forest with leaves in all of the hues of the fall, and he has his face scrunched up like he's trying to understand what to make of it.
I think Bing sort of scurries over. He's like, Craig, have you seen Darcy?
Oh, hey, Bing. No. They'd be with you, right? Like, because you're always together.
We're right. That's the thing. And you see, they're not with me, so we don't
That's
know
weird.
where they are. Yes, it is weird, Craig.
I haven't seen them. I hadn't seen you until just now.
Oh,
I was...
you're looking at this painting.
Yeah. What do you think it means?
Something about color and emotion and the seasonal change and man's inevitable descent into death and madness.
Oh, that was deep, Bing. That was so deep.
Thank you. This is for your PowerPoint class, is it? The extra credit?
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you
Yeah.
help me try and find Darcy, I'll do the whole report for you.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Great. Now, you
I
do
can
know
help
what
you find
Darcy
them.
looks like, right?
Yeah, they look like you.
Correct. Well done, Craig. All right. And I think I will just grab his arm and just pull him to the group. Be like, everyone, Craig has volunteered to assist us.
We all just watched that.
Yeah. We could head in the corn.
Yes, Craig, we have a bead on Darcy. We think they might be in there.
Okay, yeah, let's go. And he will start walking ahead of you.
Beautiful. I follow behind him at a distance of 5 feet.
5 feet is too big of a gap. Molly's gonna just go.
Uh-huh.
Go in.
Apples will absolutely talk at him to be like, so, are you enjoying it? I saw you looking at the painting over there.
Yeah, no, it's really beautiful. The colors are really good, and I think Bingley was saying it's like about like seasonal depression.
Wonderful.
I think I understand it now.
Art lives within you too, Craig.
Oh, that's such a nice thing to say, Apples.
Of course.
Holly's gonna lean over to Maeve and be like, he's one of those like idiot savant poets.
Yeah. Just sometimes, just really beautiful things come out of that very aesthetically pleasing mouth of his. Occasionally.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Kinda gotta trick it out of him.
It's totally on accident. So into the corn.
Got my
Indeed.
Yes.
looking for Darcy.
And so the 5 of you move into the corn, Craig leading, and it is disconcerting because it feels like you are stepping into a painting. There is something about that entrance, and you can see enough as you move towards it that you know it's an entrance. Like, you know, you're not walking into a painting. You can see the secondary room behind that is filled with a corn maze that would be a corn maze were it not made of glass. It has all, you honestly can't imagine how anybody created it because it looks like it sprawls on for a longer amount than it should. And it's strange because there's no real air moving, but the glass corn is waving. And that is what makes that musical sound.
Quite disconcerting, isn't it?
Yeah, how big is this place?
They must have busted out through the house next door. It's much bigger than I thought.
It's a beautiful sound. A little unsettling.
A little overwhelming, if I'm honest. It's a lot. It's a lot of glass.
Oh, true.
How opaque is it? Like, can we see shadows through the glass, or is it like frosted sort of thing?
Translucent.
At the beginning, it is actually fully see-through at the beginning. Like, you are looking through and you are seeing at least elements of the dark room beyond it, because it is lit in a way where the corn maze itself is the only place where the light falls. Everything around it is in shadows, but you can see enough through that you're able to be reminded you are not in an actual corn maze. However, after the first few turns, the glass is getting foggier and foggier, or maybe it's getting denser and denser.
Not sure I like
Darcy?
this.
Might help if we, call out for them.
Yeah. Darcy, are you here?
You don't hear
Darcy.
anything, Darcy.
JD,
Worth a shot.
if I stop and turn around, does it look like the way we just came is still the way we just came?
Interesting question. You know what? Let's do a spot hidden roll on that as well.
Ooh, well, I got a 45 in that. But I got a 41, so we're surviving by the skin of our teeth.
That is what matters in Call of Cthulhu. So you turn back, and it's a little hard to tell for a moment because there's just so much glass surrounding you. It all kind of blends together. But you can't miss the fact that right behind you, the path isn't a path. It ends in a series of glass stalks.
Holly doesn't say anything. I think she just, in her phone, she switches over to that never-ending long note that she has. And I think she just adds to it. She just adds, mother was right. And then turns back around and keeps going with the rest of the group.
So Bingley was behind Holly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if Holly stops and turns, Bingley will also stop and turn. And I presume see that.
I think if you are looking to see what Holly was looking at, yeah, it's fair to say you would catch that as well.
But like Holly just like turns, she sees it, she does something in her phone that she never texts or calls anyone from. And she doesn't say anything. She just like looks back at it, turns around, and keeps walking.
I think Bingley is going to take out his phone and start just recording. And he's going to walk up to where the path is blocked and kick the glass.
Interesting. Okay.
He's not very strong, and he's not like trying to break it, but he's trying I want to give it a little like, how solid is this?
It's glass.
Huh? Is it?
Slam into each other.
Is it?
Allegedly.
Alleged glass. It's
Interesting.
gonna be like one of those thermometers that sucks in your blood, like those people who make blood paperweights.
Yeah.
What?
I have so many questions, Julia, but we're going to save that until break.
Nothing about that sentence made sense to me. I'm so sorry.
No, that's just Julia. Julia says things, and you're like, I've never heard of words in that combination leave a human's mouth before. And that's why
No, but
we
I'm
love Julia.
intrigued is the thing.
So, Bingley, you kick the corn stalks. Maybe you overbalance because you fall through them.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a moment of panic because you hear the glass shattering around you.
Hmm.
And you're a smart person. You're likely thinking, I'm about to be cut to shreds by this. This is
I'm
really
also
bad.
concerned about my shirt.
Also concerned about your beautiful shirt getting damaged, your tie. How could that happen?
Correct.
And you stumble, almost dropping your phone as you fall forward. But you're looking at your shirt. You're looking at yourself. There's not a mark on you. Your shirt is completely whole, no tears. But
Hmm.
as you stand up and look around, you also find yourself in what looks like just an endless void with a spotlight shining over.
Wonderful.
And for the others, you have lost Bingley now. You
Oh, damn it.
see Bingley walk. You do not hear anything.
Okay. So just 1 second there, and then just
Next second, gone.
Craig, you're strong. Could you lift one of us up, see if we could spot him?
Yeah, of course I could. Should we do like piggyback or like
Sure.
get on my shoulders? Like just
Yeah.
lift you up? I could do any of that.
Yeah, just whatever's easiest. I just want to see if I can see over.
And he lifts you up. If you want to climb onto his shoulders, he bends down and allows you to do that. And what is strange, Apples, is that Craig is really tall. And now we're adding your height onto that as well. The corn doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
This is very strange, and the corn doesn't stop. I'll call down to the rest of them. It's just really tall. And I can't see.
It changes too.
I'm sorry.
It what?
It changes too.
Oh, dear.
What do you mean it changes?
And Holly will just kind of like gesture with one arm back behind the way they came. We're in it now.
Oh, bloody hell. Craig, put me down. Holly, do you have that thing on your phone? Is it still showing that they're close by? Or Bing, maybe?
Still show that we are all in the same area.
It does. And I think with that, as we are looking down at the phone, we are going to pan back over to Darcy. And Darcy, I would like you to make me a sanity roll after just seeing those antlers burst out of Craig's chest.
I'd be concerned if you didn't, right? Let's see, what's my sanity? Okay, all right. Could be worse. The 42 under 60.
Cool. Take 2 points of sanity loss on that.
Oops.
as
Just the
Craig's
most-
blood sprays out all over your face.
I mean, still screaming, obviously, right? Is he? I mean, he's pretty dead, right?
Not yet, but in that moment, Darcy, as you are
Oh, no.
seeing this horrific image, you swear you must blink or something like that, because now you're back, standing in a dark void. There is no blood on you any longer, and you're alone.
What did I drink? What?
And then you hear
Is this
the
what being drunk
hoofbeat.
is? Is this? Oh god, the hoofbeats!
The hoofbeats are back.
I'm fucking running. I'm running away.
How long do you run, out of curiosity?
Enough, right? I think I'm pretty fast. Yeah,
Just like long enough to escape, right?
Just
yeah,
long enough to escape.
until it stops following me. JD, what do you want?
Well, that's the interesting thing, and you know what? I think it's a great time to do a listen check.
Great, cool, fun. I think I'm okay at that. All right at that. Okay. Oh snap! That is 19 under 42, which is also under my half.
We absolutely love to see that, and so Darcy, you very reasonably start running, like that.
Yeah.
100% right thing to do in this situation. And maybe it's all of the stories you've heard. Maybe it's your understanding of the fact that sometimes things are not what they seem. But as you're running, even though you really shouldn't be able to hear this over the sound of your breathing, over the sound of your heart thudding in your ears, you realize that you aren't being followed. You expect to hear the sound of hoofbeats right behind you, but instead, as you slow, I suppose if you slow, you once again hear a familiar voice say, hey Darcy,
Is it fucking Craig again?
and it's Craig.
I think they would stop and like turn and like get eyes confirm that it is indeed at least a thing that looks like Craig. And they're just backing away. They're like, nope, not today. I'm not doing this. I'm not. Nope. No. It's been real. It's been fun. Even it hasn't been real fun. See you on the other end of this, Craig. I just sort of walk away.
I thought we did have fun, Darcy. Have you not been having fun when we've hung out?
This isn't. We're not. This isn't happening. This isn't. I'm drunk. I'm tired. This isn't. Nope. I'm not. Nope. Not today. Nope. Just walking away.
And Darcy, we are going to leave you walking. And we are going to go to Bingley, who has found himself in a similar situation.
Alex. Darcy. Hello? Shite. This is some English bullshit, no mistake. I look around.
And there's a few moments where nothing happens. And I say moments, but honestly, they feel endless. And then you hear a scream. A familiar scream. You would recognize Darcy's voice anywhere at any time.
Do I have a directional sense of where it's coming from?
It's disorienting, but they are screaming enough that you are able to tell as you move towards the sound that you were going in the right direction. But as you move in that direction, the screaming sounds wrong. It sounds wet.
I hate that. I actually don't know that Bing would be moving towards it. I think he would really be trying to locate it first. And I will give you a reason. Grandpa Ross and his stories. I don't know that I trust what I'm hearing. Can I make... I'd like to make a sanity roll to see if I in fact follow or if I am a little more like...
Yeah, I will allow that.
Great. I'm going to say if I fail this, I'm going to go out into the distance, and if I succeed, I am not.
Okay.
That is a 74 over 70, so I will follow it.
Yes, you will. The dice decided.
Yep. Okay. It gets wet, the screaming does.
It does.
Wonderful. And it's just void? Like there's nothing else around me?
Nothing but the spotlight above you that is following every step you take.
Of course it fucking is. I think he's moving somewhat cautiously, like take some steps in that distance, stop, listen, take some steps, stop, listen. Like he is still trying to pinpoint where exactly this is coming from, just because he's still trying to have a sense of direction, even though it's a void, so there is no direction.
And that, I think, is what makes it as shocking as it is when you almost slip on the blood on the floor, because the screams sounded further away than that, but you realize, no, they're right there, and they are right next to you. And you see Darcy pinned down on the ground with a broken, misshapen creature just clawing them to shreds. And Darcy looks up at you, absolute panic in their eyes, and reaches their hand towards you.
Make another sanity roll.
I would love that for you.
The 97 over 70, so I'm taking that hand, my friends.
Incredible. You're also going to take 2 points of
You love
sanity
your
loss
sister.
there.
You
Actually,
love your
4
sister.
points of sanity loss there.
Could we just call it 1 so I could have a sanity of 69? Nice.
Yes, I will allow
Thank you.
that. I will
Okay.
allow that.
I will take any other sanity damage after this, but I would like to sit with a sanity of 69.
You know what? We got to respect that bit. So I will allow that in this instance, especially since you are taking their hand. That's where we're going to leave Bingley, reaching out and taking Darcy's hand as they are being mauled by some sort of creature. What are the other 3 of you plus Craig up to?
Well,
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, you were starting first. Go ahead.
we can't go back. I mean, I guess we could try going through the corn, but that seems like a bad idea. No one would be stupid enough to do that. Perhaps we just keep going. Maybe it'll loop around somewhere.
Yeah, I've heard if you like put your hand on the wall and you just keep going left, you'll always get out.
That rule all the time, and no one believes me, but it's true. Anyway.
Is it an actual maze? Is there like splits left and right sort of deal? Okay.
There are.
Oh, well, why don't we split up and agree to meet at the beginning of the room?
That sounds like the worst. I'm sorry, Maeve. Please don't murder me. I love your paints, but splitting up, are you crazy?
Well, what if one of us goes one way and both Bingley and Darcy have went the other? We're gonna miss them.
Shit. All right.
And then there will be no one to tell them to meet us at the front. Although
Well-
I'm assuming they would do that anyway, but just in case. What if they leave without us, thinking we've left without them?
I don't
Yes,
think
that
they
makes
can
sense.
leave.
Why would you say something like that?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'm
Why?
supposed to be the unsettling person in this party.
I don't think you're unsettling, Maeve.
Thank you, Craig.
Craig is an idiot.
I mean,
Right. Well,
facts are facts are facts. They're missing. The maze has changed. We have just finished poking around in the final resting place of not one, but 2 murder victims. This seems right on track for, theories.
but all right. But how do we get out then? Like, not just literally the maze, but all of this. Are you suggesting we split up? Just accelerate the process?
I mean, there's 4 of us, so like we could, do 2 and 2.
Yeah, of course.
I think in these kinds of a situation, a proactive approach is usually better.
All right. Craig and I can go left, you two can go right.
Okay.
Craig, don't literally touch the glass. I'm worried about it. But, like, we can put our hands next to the glass.
Okay. Okay, yeah, next to it, but not on it.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can do that.
Do you mind if I hold your hand so we don't get separated? I'm a little weirded out.
No, that's
Or
totally
like your
fine.
jacket. All right. Good. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't
Thank you
tell
for
Darcy.
asking.
It would be rude of me to just. Anyway.
Wait, why would it be a problem to tell Darcy that you liked my jacket?
You're right. It wouldn't be. It's a great jacket. Good luck, you two. I guess we'll see you on the other side, hopefully.
Be careful.
Yeah. One hopes.
Well, Holly,
Nothing comes from nothing. Let's go.
I think we're going to start on the left with Apples and Craig. And the 2 of you move down the path. It, again, very much resembles a corn maze, were it not made of glass. It keeps going and going and going. But Apples, as you're continuing down the path with Craig, initially, I mean, this is a scary situation. And so the fact that his hand is a little sweaty, Isn't that strange? But it's getting damper and damper and damper.
Are you all right, Craig?
He doesn't answer.
I'll stop him.
So you stop, and you don't know how you didn't realize this sooner, but Craig has almost seemed to be standing in shadow, or at least the figure standing beside you is right now. You can't get a clear look at them.
I immediately let go.
And the figure doesn't move forward, but sounds hurt as they say, why would you let go of my hand?
Do I
And
recognize the voice?
you do recognize the voice.
Oh dear. You're not real. You can't be real.
I'm not real? That's a terrible
No,
thing
that's
to
not what
say
I
to
meant.
me.
That's not what I meant. Like,
Apples.
I kneel down and hold out a hand again. It's not what I'm. That's not what I meant. But you're dead. How are you here?
You know, that's been the worst part of this, Apples. The fact that I've been here the entire time and you've never seen me. You've never acknowledged me.
I didn't know you were there. I can see you now, though. That's. Can you come out? I haven't seen you in so long.
And the figure steps forward. Of course, you recognize Clum's face. You see it in the mirror every single day. You see what Clem would have looked like had that accident never happened. But what doesn't make sense is that it is like looking into a mirror. It's almost as though Clem has been aging right there beside you as you've grown up. Except that Clem's body is bloated and swollen. Skin is blue. And Clem is dripping water everywhere.
Oh, sweetheart. I'm so. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. I'm so sorry.
But what are you sorry for?
Maybe for not having you with me. For not seeing you. For not saving you. When I had the chance. Clem, can you come back with me?
Come back where?
Come back to school. Come back to Mom and Dad, they'd come back. I've missed you so much.
Of course, I can come with you. I just take my hand.
She takes it immediately, without hesitation.
And I think we're going to leave Clem and Apples standing there, hands clasped, as we go to see what's happening over on the right-hand side with Maeve and Holly.
I feel like it is pretty on point that it's the twins that have somehow mysteriously ran off.
Yeah. Honestly. They are kind of, a set. It would be weirder if Darcy stayed missing and Bing hadn't gone missing, honestly. Or vice versa.
Mhm, mhm.
Them going
So what?
first, though. Not what I would have expected.
No. What did you mean? What did you mean the corn changes? It's an art piece. It moves a little.
The way back is gone, Maeve. It closed up behind us.
I turn around. Is like
And
what we immediately went through also closed up?
it is.
What?
There's no way back. The only way out is through. The only way we're getting out is being proactive.
Oh, Joy. You don't seem fazed. Why do you not seem surprised?
Because I've been waiting for something to happen. Everyone talks about it, what happened 100 years ago. So many different theories. I know all of them, of course. But my mother was always particularly insistent that it was some kind of supernatural magic event. And so I just came and waited to see what would happen. And here it is.
Cool. We're
Why
not
did
getting
you?
out of this alive, are we?
Right. There's no insistence that you have to die. Like I said, you have to be proactive about things.
And I will say at that moment, Maeve, you hear a familiar voice say, "No, you don't have to die, but I did."
Yeah, did you not tell me that was kind of your choice?
That's a rather rude thing to blame someone for dying.
Okay. Would you like to tell me what is going on with the corn?
Oh, I've never experienced something quite like this before.
Oh, so you're
This is something new.
you're not causing it.
I wish I could take credit for this, but no.
Do you know who or what is?
Oh, I have my theories. I think you'll be meeting the many antlered lords soon enough.
Oh, goody. Holly,
Mm-hmm.
the ghost thinks we'll be meeting the many antlered lord. Are we expected to curtsy?
And I think that is the perfect moment to take us on break, because that is beautiful. And so don't go anywhere. We will be back with so many more horrors for our lovely 5 players to experience. Take a break, step away, and we will be back in 10 minutes.
Like I said, I worked there for 4 summers. Never saw a new delivery.
Neckos are the
Weird.
Twinkies of the candy world.
Do you remember for there was 6 months or a year or something where they stopped doing Twinkies and they were like, wait, we can't. We
They're
gotta
like,
bring
hold up,
Twinkies back.
we've made a terrible mistake.
Because
Back it up.
there's a local place, I think where I'm from, that does a Twinkies milkshake. And back when they were like, yeah,
Dear
we're stopping
God.
doing Twinkies, they were like, I guess we're gonna figure out how to make Twinkies in the back. Because this is our best-selling milkshake. We're gonna keep doing it. And now they still do homemade Twinkies.
Incredible.
5,
That
10 years
probably
later or whatever.
That probably saves them a lot of money, honestly.
It probably does. And they probably slap. I don't know. I don't enjoy Twinkies, but I hear they're very good.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
fine.
Aw, opinions.
Vincent says that it's heinous that I don't enjoy Twinkies, I guess.
That's what I was about to say.
I would
Yeah.
say they are like, Twinkies are delicious, Mom.
They're like, give me. I will
Cannot
eat
eat
what you
Twinkies.
don't.
You're a
Twinkies for
cat.
me.
You are not
I
even
mean,
capable
she's
of
shaped
tasting
like a Twinkie.
sugar. She truly is.
No.
I love her so
Buddy.
much. Look at that
She's
face.
baby. She's
Such
baby
a good face.
Oh,
built like a brick shit house.
it's so long.
Okay, I'm
so
putting you down. I'm
chunky.
putting you down. Ma'am,
So, like,
Are you
how can you
okay?
fat shame me on Twitch like
Are you
this?
okay?
It's true. How could you?
How
I
How
am
dare
did
not
you, Kit?
shaming. I
Very
adore
rude.
I adore all 22 pounds of that cat.
That is so much
Absolutely
cat.
incredible.
It's a
It's
lot
so
of
much
cat.
So
cat.
much cat, so much to love.
And as you can tell, we took our break. We talked about snacks. We had pets visit. It was beautiful. And now the horrors. So where we ended was with Maeve asking Xavier about the many antlered lord and posing the question of, do we curtsy? Now, Maeve. It's quiet at first, low. But you realize that's not the whispering of glass against glass. That's the sound of fire crackling. And it's getting louder and louder, the way a fire does as it turns into an inferno, as it starts to roar.
Holly? Holly,
Hmm?
You do not hear anything, Holly.
What is it? What, Maeve?
Maeve, you do not hear Holly. In fact, as you look around, you're still in the corn, but the corn is further away than it was. And it forms a circle. But that's not a circle of corn. That is a circle of fire.
uh, Xavier? This- Hello? This isn't funny.
And Xavier says, I'm not laughing.
Take me back.
I didn't take you anywhere.
How did we get here? How did you get here?
I have apparently just been coming along with you. I would love to know, though, why you are seeing fire. And I would especially love to know why you're seeing them.
Who? What?
And at that moment, two figures step through that wall of fire. And their bodies are charred, unrecognizable. It is hard to imagine how they are even standing, but you recognize them, Maeve. I mean, how
Okay.
could you not recognize your mother and father?
I start slowly backing up. What? Am I dead? Did I die?
And
This hell.
Xavier says, pretty sure you're still alive.
Is this? What are they doing here?
And your father says, no, you didn't die, but we did. How could you, Maeve?
I, I didn't. I didn't. Did, did, did I?
And your mother says, we don't know, Maeve. That's for you to answer. Did you?
I don't know. I didn't mean to.
And your father says, of course, you never meant to.
I I don't understand. I don't think I did. I don't think it was me. I don't. How do you not know?
And your mother says, because we don't always get to know why our story ends or what caused it. We just know it did. And we know that you ran.
I I couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't save you.
Your father asks, couldn't or wouldn't.
I would have. I wouldn't have left Mom. I. Why? Why are you here? I can't help you now. Why are you here?
Oh, it took us a long time to find you, Maeve. You were very good at hiding, but you couldn't hide forever.
Do you want to take me too?
And your father steps forward, but your mother reaches out and puts a hand on his arm and says, no, that's not what we're here for, Maeve.
Then, then why?
And your father says, to remind you of what you did and how you failed us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would- wish I could go back. I don't know that it was me. I don't know that it was me.
And what would you do if you could go back?
I'd try to get you out of the house too.
And your mother says, but that's not the way it happened, Maeve.
I was a
That's not
kid.
the way it happened.
I was a kid. I'm, I'm still basically a kid.
And your father says, it's how you've always been, Maeve, never taking responsibility for your actions. But that's okay because you're going to see soon enough. You can't stop what's coming.
What? What's coming? Mom?
And your mother says, sorry, honey. I wish I could stop this.
I don't. What do I do?
And your mother starts to say something, but your father turns to her. And as they look in each other's eyes, they both erupt into flame.
No, 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 no.
I would like you to make a sanity roll.
62. I don't know what my sanity Nope. That's 62 over 43.
That's going to be 3 points of sanity loss.
Cool, 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 cool. Yep, sounds great.
And we're just going to freeze frame here for a moment. Just as a reminder, we have Darcy walking away from Craig. We have Bingley clasping Darcy's hand as they are being mauled by a creature. We have Apples holding her twin sister's hand. We have Maeve standing in a circle of fire as her parents burn once again. Then we have Holly. Holly. A door opens in front of you. And that's weird because where the fuck did the door come from?
We go in.
You walk in, the door shuts behind you, and you are in a sterile white room. And sitting in the center is a chair. And there is a figure tied to the chair. They have a bag over their head, and there is a tray with what you would expect from an interrogation room sitting right beside that figure.
I walk further into the room. I'm assuming the door closes behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And as I approach, does what's on the tray, and does it appear to have been used?
Nothing has been used, but it is the type of implements you could imagine. Pliers, knives, things like that. The figure does not look hurt in any way.
Holly will walk up to the figure until she is standing about, not quite so that they're toe to toe, couple little bit of space between them. And she will say, kind of just to the general sense, "And who are you supposed to be?"
And the figure tries to answer, and in fact, you realize that they've been trying to answer, but there must be a gag or something in their mouth because it's muffled. But, I mean, Holly, you're standing in front of this figure. I think you would be able to recognize Marie even with the bag over her head.
Holly kind of reaches out with her leg and bumps the knee with the matching tattoos against Marie's knee. Does it feel solid?
It does.
Flesh?
Yep. And in that moment, an intercom that you didn't realize was in the room crackles to life. And a voice that you do not recognize says, "Well, Holly, you want answers. It's a really simple process to get them."
Answers from her or answers from you?
Oh, answers from me. She doesn't have any answers. She's just a means to an end, but then wasn't she always?
Take a needle. And slip it under the thumbnail. Does the figure react?
Well, the figure reacts. I mean, the figure screams, the figure tries to, and the voice says, "That was easier than I expected."
When I draw the needle back out, is there blood?
Yes.
Holly kind of like turns her arm and she wipes the blood off the needle against the evil eye tattoo that's there. And drops it back on the tray. And waits to see what the voice has to say about that.
How far would you go? Would you take her life?
And then what's after?
Well, then after you have to live with the fact that you've taken a life and you have the answers that you've been seeking. That's what you're here for, right?
It is. Is that really what you want?
Why would I ask for it if it's not what I want?
Just seems early. Soon. There were 2 more directions.
No, there aren't. But you'll know that soon enough.
What on the tray looks like it would be quickest?
Probably one of the knives. Shame you don't have Maeve, then you might have access to poison.
But that's not fast.
It's not, that's very true.
Can I oh, so can I use my medicine skill to know how I would do this the least painful way?
I'll allow that. I will have you roll with medicine.
It's a 26 over 20. How does luck work?
You can spend luck,
Can I spend luck to make
and
it
I will allow
20?
you to do that if you would like. Yes.
Yes, I would like this to be quick and painless for my only friend.
And I will not be graphic in the description, but I will simply say you know where to cut in the way that will cause the least pain and allow this to happen in the quickest amount of time. However, before you go to act on that, the voice on the intercom says, least you could do is look in her eyes while you do this to her.
a la ejecta S, and I'll take the bag off of her and do it.
And as you do it, I mean, as mentioned before, Marie is gagged, so you can't hear what she's saying, but she's looking at you, and it's clear that she's pleading. And she stares at you with a look of complete and utter betrayal as the light slowly leaves her eyes.
I think Holly puts her hand on the back of Marie's neck and kind of just touches her forehead to Marie's, but she then and again she cleans off the blade, puts it back on the table. She has generations to answer to. She can't not get the answers.
And the voice says, well, I think you will make my job a lot easier. What questions do you have, Holly? We're going to pause there on Holly. Go back to the rest of you. Hey, twins, I would like for both of you to make me a luck roll.
It's the twin telepathy roll.
I like a twin telepathy roll. The 26 under 55.
67 over 55.
I'll put it on the table, Kit. Would you like to spend luck to make that a success?
Do I have enough? Can I spend luck on a luck roll?
That is true.
Technically,
You
no.
cannot. Technically, no.
Is this a luck roll? I mean, that's your call if I'm allowed to do that.
No, I think
I'm okay with
this
not.
Makes
though.
sense. I think this makes
Okay.
sense. And so
Right. I can live with it.
And so you start walking, Darcy, and Craig is calling after you, trying to get your attention. You hear from behind you that same choking cry from him. And then the sound of a large beast moving.
And I'm running.
And you are running for what feels like forever. You are turning, you are trying to go in the same direction, you are dodging and weaving, you are trying all of that. And I'm going to say for you, you're pretty exhausted by the time you suddenly find your hands pushing open a door. And you step out. You feel the cool air on your face. You're finally out of where you were, which was like an airless room. And you realize you are standing right near the cathedral to the south of campus. And you look up just in time to see a body fall. Bingley, you are reaching out to grab your twin's hand.
Yes.
And the moment your hand touches theirs, everything freezes. And you hear a voice. Several voices. They're chanting. And that's weird because You're thinking this is some sort of ceremony, and maybe it is. But they're chanting numbers. Numbers in a sequence. Some of which may be familiar from conversations with a certain family member, but others that don't fit.
Am I able to make some kind of roll to see if I can put together what exactly they're trying to do, or what exactly the meaning of this chant is beyond it being numbers? I have an idea, but based on what Grandpa talked about, but I want to make sure it's right. I don't have math as a skill, but could I do just a straight intelligence roll or an occult roll?
I'm thinking an occult roll.
Okay. Occult is I know a little bit about, so that's cool. That is a 59 under 70.
And so what you can hear in this is them trying to write the order of the universe. The universe is out of whack. Strange shit is happening. And
Clearly.
they are aware of this, whoever these people are. And they are trying desperately to fix it. And you can hear, as you are listening, the moment they do. And in that moment, it is as though fingers snap and you blink and you are standing there holding Darcy's hand. But it's Darcy. It's not the mangled form that you just saw. And you are standing right next to them, just in time to see that body fall. And we're going to leave the twins there to have their reaction.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right. Well,
And speaking of luck rolls, Apples, you are up next. I am also going to have you make a luck roll.
Uh-huh. It's a 92.
Incredible.
But your luck's 95, right?
You're funny.
Apples is the luckiest of us all, though, right?
No.
I think this makes a lot of sense because Apples, as you are grasping Clem's hand, you feel the world shift. And I would imagine you hold on to Clem even more desperately. And that means that when you join the other two, standing in front of the cathedral, your sister is still with you. The others can't see her, but she is still there.
Still drowned, still
Still drowned.
my age.
Still your age.
Cool. Love that for
And
me.
you'll have a chance to all react to this, but I will let you know, Bingley, you've got your ghost hunting stuff on you, don't you?
Always. Never leave home without it, even if I'm in an extra dimension.
Katie is
going
always prepared.
Am I able to detect where it's going off from?
I think it's fair to say because, well, this all happens almost at the same time. There are enough beats between each of these moments that, like, you've looked at Darcy. Now Apples has appeared. And it seems to be tied into Apples.
And that happens before the body.
That happens kind of as the body is falling.
I feel like
There's
for
a lot.
Bingley, it's like he materializes holding Darcy's hand, and there's a very uncharacteristic, like, just wraps Darcy up in a hug, which is not how Bing expresses affection generally. But he's like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I thought you were dead.
That's probably when Darcy realizes that Bingley's there. Right. It's just like suddenly no one suddenly, oh, okay, all right. Where were you? What is happening? What is beeping?
I have no, well, it's my ghost detector, you see.
Well, no shit, it's the ghost detector. What's it fucking detecting?
And I
Ghost
think he
detector.
like holds it up and then realizes that Apples is standing there. And Apples, I think Bingley looks at you in a way that he has never looked at you before. Like he is suddenly interested. He's like, it's coming from Apples.
No. No, it's
You
coming.
haunted, darling.
Hope so.
I do as well. Do you know who's haunting you, Apples? Can I get a splat then?
It's my sister.
Is the sister in the street with us now?
She looks. She's not looking at you. She's looking at her sister. So
Darcy's looking at the body that's just fallen from the fucking sky.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the confirmation of the splat before I
Yep.
react.
The
We
splat
splat.
has
We ain't
not
got
happened
splat.
quite yet.
Splat has not
Okay.
happened yet.
And we're
Okay,
going
no
to pause on the three of you having this moment.
Fuck me on about Bingley.
And we're going to go to Maeve. And Maeve, I'm also going to have you make a luck roll.
11.
Incredible. So you are watching this inferno of your parents and this wall of fire around you. And that is the moment when Xavier grabs you and you feel him almost solid, like, and see him standing there for the first time. And it surprises you because you've seen the horrifying noises. And he's kind of warned you that you wouldn't want to see what he looks like, but he looks like a normal college student from the 1920s.
You don't look dead. You don't look like them.
No, I'm not on fire. That isn't how I died. We need to get you out of here.
I can't save them, can I?
You can't save what's already dead, Maeve.
How do I get out?
Do you trust me?
That is a loaded question. I don't have a choice right now, so
You know what? That's fair. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and just let me guide you.
okay.
Trust me when I say that I have a vested interest in keeping you alive.
That's even more unsettling. We'll unpack that later.
And he leads you forward, and you can hear the crackling of flames, and you know you're about to step through. And you brace yourself as anyone would. But it's not hot. In fact, if anything, it feels cool. And you step through and feel cool night air on your skin. And when you open your eyes, you're standing on the street beside the twins and Apples. And Bingley's ghost detector is going even wilder at this point, since there are now 2 ghosts that are being picked up.
Where did you go? Did you see fire too?
No.
Fire?
No, I fell through the glass and it was a void.
Oh,
Was Craig with you?
no.
He was with
I
me.
hope
Remembering
not.
what they did see.
Craig did come into
Oh, Lord.
the room with us.
He
I
wasn't
lost him.
with me. He went with. Oh,
You lost
After me.
Craig.
I was walking and holding his hand, and then suddenly it wasn't his hand anymore. Can you see
That's
her?
just great.
Can we see
Hmm?
who?
My sister. She's right here.
Bingley takes out his phone and takes a photo.
I think we all need some water and a nap.
I agree, hydration is important, but can I see a sister on the phone?
Nope.
Xavier, is their
It's
sister
just
here?
you, Apples.
It's not.
And Xavier says, "Oh, that's interesting."
I'll take that as a yes.
I
He's-
do have more sophisticated equipment back at my dorm. Perhaps we could set something up.
Where should you want us to go back? We can go back.
Or we could go to your apartment if it would make you feel more comfortable.
As long as she's
Is
with
Holly
me.
with us yet?
Holly is not with you yet. In fact,
Well, noted.
In fact, it is just as Apples, you were talking to Clementine, and Clementine says, I would love, yes, I would like to go back there. That is when you hear the sound of a body going splat.
Jesus Christ.
Sweet
Jesus Christ.
Mother of God, Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus.
And I
You
would
got
like
enough of them there.
I think all of you will make sanity rolls in response to that.
I can
But
start
before-
saying
Sure
the
fucking hope
saints,
so.
Darcy, if you need me to. Saint Bridget and Patrick and Daniel. That is a 14 under 69. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. It's a 48 under
Oh, not
60.
even a little bit, y'all.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's a
no.
96 over 58.
Gosh.
Unfortunate.
I'm doing great.
58
Doing
over
so good, yeah.
40.
No.
Oh, Maeve.
I feel like this tracks though. I feel like this makes a lot of
Does.
sense. So those of you who succeeded, take 2 points of sanity loss. Those of you who failed, take 4.
Still drunk. I don't remember drinking. Yes. Gee,
Cool.
It's just getting weirder and weirder.
But before we get to all of that, and handling the fact that a body just went splat in front of you, Holly,
The body has been discovered.
you have the chance to ask some questions.
What's it all for? 100-year cycles, bodies dropping. What's it all for?
You know, this has been going on for so long that almost seems like an easy question to answer. It's to finally bring back the many antlered lord. And we've succeeded this time.
How?
Why do you think your ancestor was chosen?
Northgate is an exceedingly pointed and on the nose last name to have.
It is, isn't it?
I prefer Hollis, but I am still in Northgate.
And so you've put the pieces together involving the names. That's good. That was part of it.
Was the gate the more important part?
The direction was the most important part, but gate certainly didn't hurt.
So back is back, whatever that means. Now what happens? The world keeps turning. Sun rises in the other direction. Seas turn to blood. What do you get? What's the point? What's the
Power.
value?
Power, as always.
Over what? What's the value?
Over everything. The many-antlered Lord will reshape the world in his image. And what I'm curious about, Holly, is do you want to stop that or do you want to be a part of that?
You killed Arthur Northgate. Did he get a choice to be part of it?
Why ask questions you know the answers to?
And when this fails, like it failed, however many times it's failed before, it's just going to happen again. Till it gets bored or it wins.
It's inevitable.
And then who comes after once it wins?
You intrigue me, Holly. I'm sure we'll be talking further soon enough, but I think you've demonstrated your willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve your means. Perhaps you can understand why we are doing what we are. But I think it's time for you to rejoin your friends. And the door opens. Just in time for you to hear the sound of a body hitting pavement.
I think Holly will put the bag back over Marie's head and she will exit the room into the street, I assume, to see the group.
And Holly, I'm going to also have you roll for sanity, though you did not see the impact.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm going to give you a bonus dice.
Why? Because I'm a murderer?
Because you are unhinged, and that just seems fair at this point.
Listen, I said never say never. How does a bonus die work? Exactly.
That's, you can re-roll the 10s, right?
Yep, you roll 2 10s dice and take the better.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and I'm rolling sanity. Okay, so my options are either a 29 or a 26. Under 60.
You are pretty good in that case. Still 2 points of sanity loss, but you are able to keep your composure to an extent. I think you are able to keep your composure to a frightening extent, if I'm honest.
I beat out a bunch of people to get into this school for one reason.
Yes, you did.
So we have a body dropping from a cathedral.
What?
I would like to look up.
I would like you to do a spot hidden roll.
Pretty good at spot hidden. Would you care to take a guess what that is?
Is that a 69?
It's a 1.
Oh. Oh.
It is a 1 under 65. 1 under 65.
Fucking superb. Holy shit.
Top fucking tier. You can see God.
Right. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Bing said murder? Say less. Let's fucking go.
right, let's fucking go.
Absolutely
Bing sees the spirit of this
incredible.
fool.
He sees Clementine.
When laughed into the heavens.
Ooh, yeah, I would like to see the ghosts if I could as well, but I understand if that's not part of this role.
No, I think honestly that makes a lot of sense with this thing. I think what I'm thinking happens in this moment is you are still thinking about the math that you heard and those numbers. And maybe that's a piece of it, because as you look up, the reason you're able to see everything you are is because time slows down. And you look up and see a figure in robes with antlers on his head. And there's a moment where you see that and you think, well, of course I'm seeing that. That's what I'm supposed to see. I've heard all of the stories. Like, this is who does this. This is what happens. But that's not all you see.
Indeed.
You see that that figure is shrouded in an aura of green, crackling with it. And you see the moment where that figure snaps out of reality and disappears from sight. And as you look back, your friends all around you, they're not moving in this moment. They are similarly frozen. In fact, you're realizing it's surprising that that figure moved, that that figure disappeared. And you see, standing in front of Apples, clasping hands, a figure that looks identical to her, except for the fact that she is clearly dead and dripping water in a puddle all around her.
Is she moving? The ghost.
She does not seem to be, but You do notice immediately after that, it clicks that the reason she isn't moving isn't that she is not capable of moving in this moment, that she is not held by whatever is holding everyone else. It's because the only thing she is focused on is her sister. And you realize that because when you look at Maeve, you see a figure standing beside her. And this figure is holding on to Maeve's arm. Much as described to Maeve, Xavier looks like he did before death. In fact, you'd probably recognize him.
So I think
And he looks right at you. Like, as you look at him, he moves, his head snaps to the side.
great. I think Bing is like, that is Appa's twin sister. Who are you?
Don't you already know?
I need you to say it.
Are you saying Ross didn't talk about me?
Say your name.
Xavier Blackwell.
I exercise him. Because Grandpa Ross said, if you ever meet a ghost named Xavier, you fucking exercise him immediately.
Incredible.
And I think what it looks like, if you'll allow me,
I'm going to
There's-
make you make an occult roll.
for sure. I would like to think that there's some magic left over from the mathemagic that's going on, and I have Grandpa Ross's revolver on me. I would like to pull that out and ghost shoot the Xavier in the head.
Is this gun like the Winchester gun from
You'll load the thing with
Supernatural?
ghost bullets.
I'm gonna maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, to answer your question. Yes, Chrissy.
Okay.
We're pulling both the Twilight and a Supernatural today in the same scene.
That is a 31 under 70, which is a hard
Jesus.
success if it matters. And I will
Holy
spend luck to make that an extreme success if I have to.
Holy shit.
That's Maeve's buddy.
I will allow you to spend the luck to make it an extreme success. Yes.
Done. Fucking done.
Breaking JD's game.
No, this is incredible. I love this.
All right. I'm not super lucky anymore, but that's a 17 under 70.
And so for the rest of you, this is pretty horrifying because what you basically experience is a body has just landed, and out of nowhere, Bing just turns, pulls out a gun, levels it in the direction of Maeve, but a little bit to the side, and then pulls the trigger.
Bing, what the bang?
What in-
Like,
Maeve's haunted.
what?
I stand in front of my sister.
You knew that.
Yes, but I found out who.
Carry a fucking gun.
It's Grandpa Ross's. I found out who was haunting you.
Horses.
Why
Jesus
are you
Christ.
shooting at a ghost?
Because Grandpa Ross said, if you ever meet a ghost
what
named
Grandpa
Xavier
Ross said.
Brockwell, you exorcise him.
With a gun?
That's the only way I knew how in that moment. I'm sorry.
I don't think that's how they do exorcisms literally anywhere.
Wait, is he
No.
gone?
So when you look, Maeve, Xavier is not gone quite yet, but he has his hand pressed to his chest and he is bleeding. And he looks terrified.
What? Why? What? Bingley! Why?
Because that man was the reason that the many-antlered lord came through last time. He was the one who said yes.
The who?
Xavier says, that's not true. He didn't. You should ask him about what it was like when the many-antlered lord wasn't his grandfather.
Sorry, what are you saying?
You heard me. At least own your family's legacy.
My family's legacy was stopping yours.
And you did that so well.
What happens now?
I guess I get to see what happens next.
I feel like I should say I'm sorry, but at the same time, I don't know if you deserve that.
Doesn't.
Bingley, you shot a man.
Technically, he was
Did-
already dead.
Did he though?
Yes, Hollis.
No, this is for JD. While they have this argument, can I do forensics on this body that hit the
Please
floor?
do. Please do.
Priorities.
Holly's just like, meh. Oh, and secondary follow-up question. As she like crouches down to look at this body, she looks at the inside of her arm. Is there blood there from where she wiped it?
Yes.
Okay.
So many things are happening.
Okay. Forensics. I'm gonna spend some more luck
Please do.
to get it 270 because I'm just a little high. But so 70, which is exactly meets.
And so several things are happening in this moment. Xavier is fading more and more and more by the second. And he looks at you, Maeve, and says, maybe I don't deserve any apologies, but you seem to have a lot to be sorry for already.
Ooh,
Ow,
that
2
burned
murders
me
have been
crisper than my
committed.
parents.
Shoot him again. Hey, Bing, shoot him again.
Okay, yeah, I shoot him again.
And he disappears.
Wow.
Clementine, meanwhile, is hiding behind you, Apple. She looks terrified of the fact that there is apparently a ghost exercising, gun-wielding man standing right here.
I won't let him touch you. Don't worry.
He just shot.
Yes, Bingley. What are you doing? Put it down.
Oh, yeah, he, like, puts the gun away after it has a moment to cool down. Listen, I'm sorry about that, but there was a very specific clause in Grandpa Ross's will that I had to carry out. I don't mean to harm your sister.
You just fired a gun and there's a body right there. We need to leave.
Not yet.
Right, and clearly that body fell from a great height. It didn't die from a gunshot wound.
I don't think the police are going to give it much of a shit. Honestly,
Well, I mean,
at this point.
I think any good lawyer would be able to get me out of that, no problem. There were multiple
Body.
I
witnesses.
don't want to test that. I don't want to test that.
I mean, yeah, Hollis, what's going on
down
Yep.
here?
So Holly, you are over there looking at the body. I'm going to take 2 seconds because there is sweat in my eye and I'm about to die. So give me 2 seconds.
It is very
no.
warm. I made a
JD's
mistake
gone,
wearing
everyone
this
level
tie.
up.
Yeah, this wig is killing me. Very
Told myself
warm.
after all the other games that I wore wigs for. It's gonna use my own goddamn hair for this one. You guys are so strong.
I am
Welcome
just
back.
dying slowly of heat. That is fun. So, Holly.
Yes.
Holly.
Whose body is it?
So, you find a few things rapidly. The first is you find an ID. You find a wallet with an ID. Name is Aaron Southland. It is
Praise.
not Craig.
Praised be.
It is not Craig.
Isn't Craig.
is not dead. But more interestingly, Holly, there is a cavity in this man's chest. And you're not 100% sure, but you think his heart might be missing. The reason it's hard to gauge that, though, is because his chest is packed with earth.
I think Bingley is leaning over your shoulder. That's different. That's not the pattern.
Grabs him by the collar. What the fuck are you doing?
No. There's elements here now.
Holly just like tilts her head back up to look at you, and she's like, "The directional part is the more important part."
No, but there's elements too. We had fire at the first one. Earth here. Don't know what happened at the warehouse. Can I make another occult roll?
I'm going to say you don't have enough information about the warehouse to make that roll, but I
That's
think
fair.
it's worth it to be suspicious about what happened there.
Apples.
Maybe so, but
When did your sister die?
We were 7.
You can't just.
Um, there was a lake, but she's back now, and she's my age. She's been with me this whole time. I just couldn't see her.
So it wasn't recent. Okay.
What?
Holly stands up and she takes the gloves off and she kind of steps back away from the body, and she says, "We should get off the street and talk about some things."
I agree.
Yes, yeah,
Apple's
thank
apartment?
you. Yes.
Sure. Okay.
All right, I'm just going to run back to my dorm, get my equipment, and I'll meet you there.
Not fucking alone, you're not.
Either we go to the apartment now or we go back to the dorm together now. There's no point in splitting up. We've done that. That time
Right,
is
fine.
over.
Apples, would you be comfortable coming to mine?
That doesn't matter. Where she's here. That's all that matters.
We're together.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Exactly.
I think at the idea of going back to Bing's room, it once again dawns on Darcy. Where the fuck's Craig?
I'm sure Craig is fine.
Maybe he'll need.
Not last I saw him.
He was fine when I saw him.
Does Craig
We were
have
all
any
fine when we
skeletons?
saw each other.
Does Craig have any kind of skeletons in his closet that would make him susceptible to?
A man like
What's
Craig.
Craig's last name?
No, Craig's just got protein powder in his closet and cases of Monster Energy drink. I don't know Craig's last name. Could I make an idea roll to see if I remember it?
Sure. You definitely can.
All right, I'm rolling under 80, so got a 71 under 80. Do I remember Craig's last name?
You do. His last name is Murphy. Craig Murphy.
Craig Murphy.
Oh, so he's probably fine, right?
Craig is probably 100% fine.
With a name like Murphy, he's got to be.
Correct. His law says that, oh, shite. Oh, no. All right, let's go back to the apartment. I want to make sure Craig is okay.
Yeah, okay. Do I have
All right.
Craig's number? If so, I'm texting him. Or I'm stealing Bing's phone and texting him.
Yep,
I don't
you
have
can-
Craig's number. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Okay.
Holly
Holly-
will sidle up to Maeve.
Where did you go?
To get answers.
Did you get to choose?
Yes.
Did you get them?
Yes.
Will they help us?
They indicate that there's some loopholes we could exploit, but help is not something we were ever going to get from these people.
No. What do we do?
Well, generally, when the devil threatens you, you find what threatens the devil.
Oh, I always thought you just made a deal.
And that is where we are going to call tonight's session. Because I can't ask for a more beautiful ending line than that.
God damn it. God damn it.
Chrissy dropping bombs tonight. Shit.
Truly.
Absolutely incredible. Amazing.
Poetry in motion.
Beautiful.
You're all capable of poetry. Damn it.
And so we had a time together tonight, everyone. And as we wrap up from that time, I'm gonna give each of you a chance to remind people of who you are and how awesome you are, and all of the other things that you are doing that are incredibly cool. So once again, we'll go in alphabetical order, starting with you, Alex.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Slop
first
that
off,
down,
thank
dude.
donation.
Yeah, dude, crack one for the big
Thank
boy.
you.
You
Thank
pushed
you,
us
Kian.
over.
Love it. Thank you.
Oh, that's
Hi.
exciting.
I'm Alex. I'm Mightiest Finn on Twitter. I'm Mighty Finn on Blue Sky. I write games in the backwards tabletop universe. You have mugs. We do post-apocalyptic American Gothic horror shenanigans in the South, in the Midwest, and in New England and the Gulf Coast in our next two projects. Check us out on Kickstarter. We've got a pre-launch page, and we'll be launching at some point, probably towards the end of the summer, I think. What else do? I also am running an ongoing game here on Live from the Apocalypse. Last night was the second session of Changeling Cold Iron, our alternate history where the Fey courts have taken over the Soviet Union, and a murder happened, and then more murders happened, and we got out of the murder basement. Okay, spoilers. What else do I want to say? I have some other projects coming up. They are not announced yet, so I will not talk about them, but there's some really cool shit about to happen. So keep your eye on the socials, and I will let you know as that happens. Otherwise, I really want to make sure I'm not missing anyone or anything, but my brain is dead. So we've got some actual plays of various backwards games coming out with Percentile Vice and Mayday Roleplay and Crossroads Games. So check all three of those excellent and wonderful channels for some wonderful post-apocalyptic horror action. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Incredible.
Hey, yes, hello. My name is Farah Sarkaya, Farrakaya on all of the socials because consistency is important. I can be found very frequently at Crossroads Games. I'm one of a glorious trio. We just launched my premiere as a GM on stream, even though I'm a forever GM in my actual life, which was super cool. So check out Lacuna. We have a bunch of incredible content coming your way, including Backwater, including some Kids on Bike stuff, some more Lacuna stuff, which I'm excited for, and some Blades in the Dark Dishonored stuff, which is super cool. And you can find me here on Tuesdays with Alex with Cold Iron. You can find me here for this, and you can find me here for a thing coming next month that Will is GMing, which I am both afraid and excited for, and so many other things. So check me out on the socials, check me out on all over the place. Yeah, that's what I got.
Absolutely incredible as well. Our cryptid who committed atrocities tonight.
I came for answers, and Holly Haley Hollis got them. I have Julia. I have been Holly this evening. You can find me at HexWet on all social media platforms. You can find me here every other Tuesday for Class Reunion, where I will be Kelly Violet, the rogue cleric hybrid who's just trying to keep up with all of her friends' shenanigans at this point. And then every other Sunday, I play Lyra Kroll in Academy H, which is our ongoing Masks campaign, which is also a podcast where I play the Janice, which means all of her problems are self-inflicted. And for right now, that's all I got. Who knows in the future? Who knows?
Who knows indeed. Kit.
Is it me, Jesus? Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me places on the internet at KitRollCos, same way it's spelled, somewhere around me, probably. I've been your Darcy for this evening, and for, I guess, only one more evening around here. We'll see if I live. But it's okay, because I'll be back on some other places, doing things. I don't have the brain cell today. Somebody give it back. This Saturday, I will be over on Lost Caravan, where we will be continuing after a brief week off, our Fabula Ultima campaign, Fatal Ascension, where I play just the littlest robot who's never done anything wrong in its life. I promise. Everything's fine. It's an adorable little game. It's a great little system. And then on Sunday, the vibes are full 180. We will be playing some Vast Grim over on Sword and Key, where I am just the most religious, traumatized, those two are separate, little guy. And everything's fine. And I'm just here to make friends and have a good time. And also there's worms. Don't worry about it.
That sounds fine.
Once again on Lost. It's fine. It's totally fine. We're just like making friends, and like I don't know what everyone's like so afraid of. It's great. And then on the 3rd, I will be starting a 2-shot of sagas over on Lost Caravan, which is delightful. I have not played the system yet. I'm excited to get into it. And then, of course, not this Thursday, but next, and then every other Thursday for the foreseeable future, catch Bloom and Blight uploading on all of your places where you get your podcasts. We have just put out our 2-part premiere episode last Thursday. It went so good. People are excited for me most of all. So check us out on all of the socials, including Blue Sky at Bloom and Blight, all spelled out. It's delightful. It's awesome. We're a fun little queer and trans-led group of magical girls that are just vibing after some, taking a big loss to the team. So it's super exciting. Catch that on the socials and wherever you get all your podcasts. It's gonna be fun. And I think that's all I'm doing for the foreseeable future. I'm sure I forgot something, but peep the socials for when I remember to talk about it.
Very valid.
Yeah?
Whenever you look up sleep or rest in the dictionary, what does it say?
Well, you see, that's a fun thing, is that I don't know how to read.
Okay.
Just completely illiterate.
It's the funny thing that happens. You get a linguistics degree and they're like, cool, great. I'm taking it all out of your brain. You cannot read it.
It's
all theory, no practice.
I was just wondering, since I don't think you get any, if like those are just
Uh-huh.
completely erased from any sort of vocabulary that you've got going on.
I'm sure they're there in theory. I'm sure they exist. I've done that. I've done that before.
I don't believe
Probably.
you. Yeah, I don't believe you, Kit. I'm
think-
sorry.
Further research needed.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cool.
And last
All
but
right.
not least,
Well, hi, I'm Chrissy. Chrissy in color on all the fun internet spaces. I have been on a pretty low-key break since spring. I've got a few things coming up with Crossroads this fall, but I don't know what has and has not been announced, so I will just keep my mouth shut. Farah has said a few of the things. But yeah, so that's a fun little exciting thing. I am also playing Wanderhome with a lovely group with Dorklord Canada. We have been selected to go to New Jersey Web Fest this year. I don't know if any of us will be physically in attendance, but the show will be there. We'll be airing there. And yeah, we are up for an award, I guess, maybe. I don't know which one yet. So that is the thing that is happening. We are about to record season 2. Or the literal second season. We started in, I think, chill, and so I think we're going into spring now, or whatever it's called in there. I don't remember, but yeah. So that is what I have going on. I'm sure we'll put that out eventually. And yeah, so this has been a delight.
I am sorry for torturing you as much as I did tonight,
Oh.
Chrissy.
No, I love it. Please. Please.
Great. What I'm hearing is crank it up to 11 next time. Got it.
I want
What's a
to.
little torture
I
between
don't
friends?
wanna- I don't want Maeve to have any sanity left by the time we are done with this game.
Oh, good. Okay.
That is
I
the
can make that
challenge I'm
happen.
offering to you.
I love it. I will accept that. All right. With that, I will briefly acknowledge a few of the things I do, but I'm not listing it out because I've already seen Kit get ribbed for this. So I will just pretend that I
Now,
don't
I
do
took
as
one for
many
the team.
things
You
as
got
I
to
do.
do it.
Okay.
You're gonna make me do it alone? Come on.
Okay, I will not make Kit do it alone. I will go through this as quickly as I possibly can. On Mondays, you can find me with Tales from the Table Studios with SCP at Crumbling Foundation. On Tuesdays, you can either find me in Class Reunion or in Cold Iron, depending on which week we are. Right now on Wednesdays, I am doing this, but only for one more week. That will be changing in September when I will have something new to announce that I will be doing for a few Wednesdays then. I will put out that tantalizing tidbit there. Then on every other Thursday, including tomorrow, I run Redacted, which is our psychological horror game based in the Powered by the Apocalypse system synchronicity that I created. On Fridays, I do not currently do this, but we'll be running a season of Secrets and Shadows starting again in September, which is our Regency Monster Hearts game that is incredible, and the cast is super hyped for the next season now that I have told them what has happened in the intervening time. Every other Sunday, you can find me here for Academy H. And every other Friday, but not this Friday, you can find me for Thy Kingdom Come, our Urban Shadows theocratic dystopia game, where I just play a saint who's realized he's not actually a saint and is actually a monster. And it's fine. Everything is fine. And I can't announce it yet, but every Saturday I'm going to be doing something starting in mid-August. So there's a lot that I am doing. But to Chrissy's point, I do sleep, and it is fine. I get a normal amount of sleep.
Do you? Do you really?
How
I
many
do.
hours, JD?
6 to 7, depending on the night.
Really? That is impressive.
Find that
Uh-huh.
hard to believe.
I said I sleep a normal amount.
There's a lot of pressing X to doubt, just so you know.
My own wife is
In the
pressing
comments.
X to doubt, and I feel offended.
Listen.
But speaking of sleep, I am going to bring us to a close for tonight so that we can all get some sleep. So hang around. I am going to find someone to raid. I will put us on the thanks for watching screen as I do so, because I cannot multitask since I am still figuring all of this tech stuff out. So with
You're doing
that,
great, sweetie.
say goodnight to everyone, cast.
Good night, everyone.
night,
Cast.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.